All right. So we have started. Uh-oh. I'm still blitzing. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So we're going to go on and get started. And just going to go through a few things. This is kind of an informal meeting. I just wanted to meet with everyone to get to know you a little bit better and to go over a few things that I want to go over for the department itself. First of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Lisa Batiste, as you have already know that, and I am here at GMC. I've been here since 2019 is when I joined the GMC family. I have been a chemistry professor though for the past 23 years, and I recently moved to Georgia from Florida. I came from Fort Lauderdale, and so we moved up here with our church and loving Valdosta. That's where I live now, is in Valdosta, and loving Georgia. And so I'm glad to be here at GMC. As you know, I just took this position in October. And so getting acclimated to the position as well as the online college for GMC, I taught in person when I first got to GMC. And so this has been a pretty exciting journey. I am grateful to all of you because you've done an awesome job in your fields. And I don't know why my video is doing this, but I hope you can still hear me. Can everybody still hear me? Okay, good. Hopefully my videos stop acting silly and start acting right again. But anyway, I'll keep talking. And so you've done an excellent job in your teaching your courses, and I want to say thank you for all that you do as professors in this department. I really appreciate you and working with the students here at GMC. With that, I do want to ask you, because we are coming up on a new term, okay, that we're starting to plan for and looking for faculty. I'm just going to take the video off. Okay. And looking for faculty. And so for those of you who are here with me online, if you could just, first of all, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell me anything that you think that I should know about you. Tell the group what you teach, and then also include your availability for the next term. Next term starts March 20th and it ends May 23rd. And so I want to know if you are available to teach for next term. So whoever wants to start.
Hi, this
I'll
is
s-
Angela. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll start. Okay. This is Angela Kennedy. I have been teaching at, I started teaching at GMC at the Columbus campus in 2005, and I started teaching online in 2012. I teach kinesiology. I've taught physical education classes, and I've taught wellness classes since I've started teaching at GMC. And I do have availability for next term. I can teach up to 12 hours.
All right. Perfect. All right. Who would like to be next?
I'll go. This is Dawn.
Hey, Dawn.
Hi. I'm not sure how long I've been teaching for GMC. I think it's about 14 years. I've been just teaching online, and I've taught both chemistry courses, the 121 and the 122. I am available for up to 2 courses. I guess as a part-timer, I can only teach 2 courses a term, right?
Right.
So I am available for up to 2 courses. I guess that's about it. I mean, I do teach for 2 other schools online,
All right.
but I teach math for them. So this is the
Okay.
only chemistry classes that I teach. But I love my classes here at GMC because it gets me back to my roots. You know, my degree is in chemistry, so I enjoy it. Okay,
Awesome.
that's it.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, let me
Can I go
jump in.
next?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay. Hi, I'm Natalie
Hey.
Blank. I am currently at Dewey University. That's in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
We have joined Georgia for a few years now. We're teaching online. I love teaching 106. I'm available for whatever you need me as a part-timer.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Perfect. Thank you.
This is Dave Blank. I'm in the next room. We're obviously married. I'm also a chemist. I usually teach 105, but occasionally teach PSC 101, which I'm teaching right now and enjoying, actually. I
Okay.
was a little worried about it at first because I wasn't sure, you know, it's been a few years, but it's fun. So
Oh,
I'm
good.
happy to keep doing that. I have taught 106 in the past and 121 a long time ago. So kind of, you know, like most, whatever you need. I teach online only, and I can teach up to 2 classes at a time as well.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go next. My name's
Okay.
Stephen Waite. I've been teaching for Georgia since I think 2018 is when I came on. And I came on primarily to help develop the kinesiology program. So when I first started, I taught the wellness course. I recently helped redevelop the wellness course last year. And then I developed the structural kinesiology, exercise biochemistry, and the strength and conditioning courses, and currently teach those along with the intro to kines course. So I do only online. I live in Fresno, California, and teach full-time at Fresno Pacific University. So, and I'm available to teach up to 2 courses per term.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good
All
afternoon.
right. Good afternoon.
I am Hector Jax. I teach General Chemistry 121.
Okay.
That's what I've been teaching since 2020. I'm available for the full time, which is 6 credits, I guess, for part-time.
Okay.
And I have credentials to also teach biology-based courses and chemistry.
Very good. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amina Gooch. I am actually in Tennessee, West Tennessee. I have been with GMC as an adjunct since 2018. I've taught CHE 122. I've done ISC, the physical science and astronomy course. And right now I'm doing the other side, I guess, of the physical science, which is, what's that, 102. So that's interesting right now. I'm having an enjoyable time with that.
Oh, good.
I am available
Perfect.
for, I guess, the max there as well. So I'm happy to be on, if possible, next term also.
All right. Awesome.
And I'm a chemist.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So I heard from, I think, everyone. So very good. Let me.
Lisa, can I add one thing? This is Dawn again.
Yes, please.
I just wanted to add that I live in Newport, Oregon, so I'm not on the same time zone as most of you are.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm right on the coast of Oregon. So,
Oh,
all
very
right.
nice.
Anyways, I just wanted to add that. All right.
Okay.
Nope.
So what's the time there right now? Are you?
It is 11:10.
You're okay.
a.m.
So you're 3 hours. Okay.
Yep, 3
Okay.
hours.
So I'll remember not to have an early morning meeting in the future.
It doesn't bother me. I'm up at like 4 a.m. every day. So if you want to do an early morning meeting, that would be okay with me. So no
Okay.
problem.
All right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm in the same boat. I'm 3 hours behind. So.
Oh, all right. All right. That's right, because you're in California. All right.
Yeah, we're practically neighbors, Don.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for telling me your availability. I apologize for my video it's having problems. I have to look into what's going on with it. But another thing that I did want to mention to you is that midterm reviews. I know last quarter or last term, I didn't do midterm reviews with you, but I will be doing them this term. So I'll be starting on Monday. I'm going to be going through your classrooms and just seeing how everything's set up, looking at videos that you've posted for your classrooms and looking at your information, how you respond to students in the weekly discussions, and just look at how your classroom is set up and your presence in the classroom. Because our goal is to improve our student retention and to reduce the number of withdrawals that we're having. And so we know that students are going to withdraw. That's just a fact of life, but we want to cut down on the number of withdrawals that we're having for each of our different classes. And so that's always our goal, is to keep our students once they've enrolled in the classes. And so keeping that in mind, what suggestions or what things have you found to be effective in your classes that have helped maintain your students, or that your students have commented on and said, oh, I appreciate that you did this because it made me feel like I was part of something, even though I'm in an online class and there's no actual contact with the students? So what suggestions or what things have worked in your classrooms, would you say?
I can add something right off the bat that I've noticed. And incidentally, I've been at GMC almost 10 years. I think only Dawn predates me. I think you were there before me. But anyway, in those years, I've noticed that when I take a personal interest to a student, if they're, especially if they're going through some kind of a problem, sometimes if I listen to them, even if it's just briefly over the phone or just responding to an email, even though that's not my place as an instructor in chemistry,
Right.
that tends to help to continue them to engage. Whereas if, and not at GMC, but at another school where it was just, the amount of information I was getting was just more than, I'm not a trained therapist. I
Right.
had to,
Yes.
I had to just say, I'm really sorry, I referred them to the proper people. But I think they were somewhat off put by that. I think students tend to expect that you're going to listen to all their problems, and to a degree. And I think that when we do that, if we make them feel like that we're listening, at least,
Right.
that helps them to keep coming to class.
Okay.
So it's not
So
a,
that's really good.
it's not really a teaching thing. It's just a personal observation.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really good point, David, because when we're face to face, we have that opportunity to say, oh, well, what are you going through? Or you can see their face and you can see what they're going through, or if they're having a hard time. But sometimes it's hard to detect when you don't see their facial expressions or see what's going on. But that's really good that you can put that personal touch in with them. Who else has had something that really worked or helped them connect with students?
I totally agree with David. This is Dawn again. I think that, I've had students just email me and say, my sister had to be rushed to the hospital this morning. And that's
Mhm.
all they say. They don't even tell you what they need from you or anything. They just want
Right.
to tell you that they had something happen. And I've kind of found that if, I kind of email the student back and say, okay, what do you need? Do you need to do some late work or something like that? And if you're willing to work with them, they get much more encouraged about the class, rather than if you say, okay, I don't accept late work, that's going to discourage them and make them want to drop. I mean, sometimes I will even go and work with a student a few units ago because they had some issues. And so I'll, say, okay, you know what? I will open up that assignment for 48-hour window or something. When you tell me when you're ready for it, and I'll open it. And just working with them like that, I think really helps. And feedback, of course, is really
Yes.
one of the major things if you give good feedback.
That's a really good point, Dawn. When we have to understand that life happens, okay? And so it happens with us, it happens with our students. And so just being flexible with makeup work, being flexible with setting, responding to the students' cry for help. And sometimes they don't know how to say, okay, I really need to make up this assignment. Can you help me? Sometimes they'll just tell you what's going on, and sometimes we can fill in the gaps. Okay, so that's a really good point, Dawn.
I agree with the being flexible with the deadlines. At least that has been working for me to have better retention.
All right, very good, Hector. All right, yeah, being flexible. One of the other faculty members, they talked about flexibility as well. Okay, so that's a really key point. They also mentioned a positive line of communication, keeping it open to help students. Also, if you see students missing assignments, reach out to them. I know I've had a student that usually turns in all of their work, and then this particular week they didn't turn anything in. So I just reached out to them, and then they said, yeah, I was having some problems with my family. I wasn't able to complete the assignment. And so just looking as you're grading assignments through the week, just kind of look to see what's going on with students if they miss assignment and they usually turn everything in. Also, if you start to see patterns, especially like with the discussions, we know that we have that rubric. And so if you start to see patterns that they're a couple of weeks, they're not following the guidelines for certain assignments, send them an email, because not all the time do they look at our comments as much as we would love them to. They don't always read our comments that we put for the particular assignment after we've graded it. And so if you start to see, okay, this is the third week the student is doing that same thing for a particular assignment, just send them an email, reach out to them and say, hey, I see that you're following the same pattern. Did you see my comments? Have you read my comments? And see what's going on. So those are just some points to help keep our students, because we want them to stay. We want them to have a positive experience for GMC. We want them to refer GMC to their friends so that we can get more students, okay? So that we will have full classrooms. It's our goal, and student retention is a big part of that. Right? Any other comments or suggestions for student retention? Okay, awesome. All right, so the last part of this meeting, I want to go over any concerns or questions that you have about the department, about your classes, any difficulties you're having in your classrooms, access to material. I know we've had a lot of problems early on at the beginning of this term and some last term with student access to different materials and information, and as well as videos, books, and lab equipment and so forth. But hopefully everything we've gotten straightened out. But any concerns that you have or questions for me?
Lisa, can I just say that I really am happy to have you here because you stay in touch with us all the time. And we have not had that in the past from some of our leaders. So I've been totally thrilled that I hear from you at least once a week. And you keep us in the loop about everything. We haven't had that for a while. So it's been refreshing. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for letting me know, Dawn. That's awesome.
I as well appreciate the reminders that you provide. I do have a question though.
Yes.
What resources for writing do we have available in the college other than the Success Center that I can send students? Because I've been having some students that their writing level is way below high school.
Oh, yes. Well, on the students' resources page, there is a lot of links to writing, and I would suggest referring them to that resource first. And it's I don't know if you've looked on the student resource page, but on everybody's main Moodle page for the students, it's visible. It says student resources. If you click on there, you scroll down, there is a whole section on writing. It tells you about references. It gives you videos on writing. It gives them links on writing coaches. All of these are services that are available to them through the library. And so I would strongly suggest that you would refer them to there first. And then if they're not able to get help through there, then maybe through Google searches, but I think they can get help through that section because it has a lot of links for different resources for writing. So I would
So-
strongly suggest you to show them that.
So other than that, does the smart thinking tutoring system, does it work for writing too? Because I've been referring some students to go get some help with the writing skills. And I pointed out the library page on the Success Center
Right,
and all the resources on my presentation the first day that they can click to get help.
right.
But I was wondering if there was like a specific tutor that can work with them, specifically teaching them how to write.
Yes, I do believe that through smart thinking, they can get help in any subject area. And I believe that writing is included as well.
Awesome,
the-
thank you.
In the old days, like back in 2015, that help used to have to come from us. And the original, one of the earlier rubrics would require APA formatting of references. I don't know why they ever got rid of that, but and I'm not looking for extra work, but sometimes like I find myself helping people write things and just trying to format things properly. And I think it's sort of part of our responsibility, even though it's not science per se.
Right.
But and so I'm not suggesting that you require it, but I think it's in addition to the resources, it's something that we could help them with a little bit, from time to time.
David, I have to agree with you. I really miss the fact that we can't take points off for them not doing proper referencing now. It's just most of them just stick a URL there and that's it. They don't bother with the reference, and there's nothing in the rubric that allows us to take points off for that
No,
anymore. It used to be, but I'm hoping they redo that rubric again sometime in the near future.
Well, I would like to see a return to some credit given for substance, because at least in PSC 101, and I'm pretty sure in Chem 105, it basically just says, did you post 3 times? It doesn't say, did they post something substantive? And I've got people who are posting, that's a really interesting post. I learned a lot, thanks. And I have to give them credit for it because at
Well,
least they
doesn't
showed
it
up.
say 150 plus words or something in your
Yes.
rubric?
Yeah.
So if they just post good job, then that's not 150 words. And I actually tell my students the 150 words does not include the greeting or the references. So if you spend like 5 sentences saying, hi, I really loved your post, then that's a greeting. So that doesn't count. So you got to be creative with this rubric.
That also takes me to the point that there seems to be a path of minimum effort. Like if you only do one post that is good and you only post one day, you can get more points than if you actually do multiple posts with less than the 150 words. So that's something that I've been curious, like they figured that out and that's what they do eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, anything that the students can do to have minimal amount of work, they will find a way. and get a good grade in the process. So we have to be a little more creative than our students are trying to be creative in the way
Yeah,
that we, in our expectations.
Yeah, I've experienced the same thing where students will write a really good first introduction post to each form, and then their following posts are the same as others have mentioned, oh, great job, so-and-so. And then you have to give them credit for completing that. But then to Hector's point, they figure that out. And a lot of times I'll have students only post one response because they can get more credit for one response of 150 words than they can for 3 responses that are under 150 words each.
That's it. That's it. All right. So any other concerns or comments or questions? All right. So everyone's classes are going well? Yes. Awesome. All right. Well, if there are no other concerns or anything, that was all that I had for the meeting. I will be sending out emails with my comments on your midterm reviews sometime next week, either the middle or towards the end of next week. And then also I'll be going through, thank you so much for letting me know your availability. Also, I'll be sending out the recording of this meeting so that you'll have that with you. And then for those that were unable to make the meeting, they also have the recording as well, and I'll find out their availability. Then I'll let you know about your classes coming up in the next couple of weeks. All right. So if there are any other comments or concerns, just let me know. I don't know if I've ever given this to you, but I do want to give you my phone number. So it is, let me let you know. It's 478-387-4927. Okay, and I'll repeat it. It's 478-387-4927. And you can call me anytime or text me from that number. If I don't answer, I will get back with you. It'll go to voicemail. Just please leave me a voicemail and I will get back with you. So that's just another way that you can reach me if you need something a little more, need to get to me quicker than I can get back with email. Okay, so just to let you know, that does, that number rings in on my computer as well as my phone. And so you can reach me that way. All right. So again, I want to thank you all for attending this meeting and for all the help that you provide in teaching the students in this department. You guys are doing an awesome job, and enjoy the rest of your term. If you have questions, let me know. And have
Thanks,
a great
Lisa.
day. You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Lisa.
Thank you.
You're
Nice
welcome.
meeting you.
day.
Bye. You have a great
Bye.
day too.